In today's video, I'll show you how to set up your new PlayStation 5 or PS5 Pro console. Let's get started by checking out the contents of the box. For this video, I'm showing you the PS5 Pro console, but the method is virtually the same for the base PS5. In the box, we should have the console itself, of course, the quick start guide, the two plastic stands for stabilizing the console when it's on its side, the power cord, the HDMI cable, the USB-C cable, and the controller. If your console came as a bundle with a game, there should also be a game code. For this one, it's on the back of the booklet, and you need to scratch it off to reveal it. I'll show you how to redeem game codes once we've got the console up and running. Let's move on to setting the console up, so we'll start by connecting each of the wires. Firstly, connect the power cord into the back of the console. The power port is the lowest port, and it can take a lot of force to fully insert it, so double check it's in correctly. Connect the other end to power, but I'd leave it off for now until we connect the other cables. Next, connect one end of the HDMI cable into the HDMI port, which is about halfway up the back of the console. The other end of the HDMI cable should now be connected to your TV or monitor. If you wanted to use Ethernet, feel free to connect this now. The port is also on the back. The final cable is the USB-C, which you can connect now for the controller. Connect one end to the front of the console and the other to the controller. Before we power on the console, you might want to try the stand for laying it horizontally. If you did want to put the stands in, look in the grill on the bottom side. For the two holes on each side, you fit the stand here like this, then sit it on these. If you wanted to place it vertically stood up instead, it can just as it is, but it's much more stable with a stand that you would need to buy separately. Power on your console now at the socket and press the power button on the front of the console to start it up. After loading up, the first page should tell you to press the PlayStation button on your controller, so do this. This is the large PlayStation logo button in the middle. Next, we'll begin to work through the setup. On the next page, you need to select your language from the list, and then once chosen, we can now choose to turn off the screen reader if you don't need it. The next page is where we can set up and connect to our Wi-Fi network. You can alternatively connect your Ethernet cable now to the back of the PS5 if you wanted to use that instead. If you want to use Wi-Fi though, wait a few moments for the nearby networks to appear, and then select yours from the list. Enter the password for it, and then continue. The next page is where we can adjust the screen size and display area. Use the D-pad up and down buttons to increase or decrease the size, ensuring that the area doesn't go beyond the edge of your monitor or TV. Once you're happy, continue to the next page by choosing OK. The next few pages are for calibrating the HDR. To do this, you will again need to use the D-pad up and down buttons, but this time to adjust the image brightness so that the object on the left, which is a sun icon, is barely visible. There's 3 of these pages to get through. Next, you can choose which settings to use when in rest mode. Select one of the options here and choose OK. You now need to read and agree to the license agreement, and after this there might be a system software update to install. You can do this later, but it's probably best to do this now if you have a stable internet connection. Choose Continue, and then select Update. Allow this to download and install. It might take a while depending on your internet speed, and the PS5 might restart. In the meantime, you could create your new PlayStation account if you haven't got one by scanning the QR code on your console with your phone. However, it's fine to leave this for now and set it up later on the console. Once the system update is done, you might now need to install a controller software update, so choose Update Now here and allow this to download and install. You should now be on the screen to create or sign into your PlayStation account. If you already have an account, you can either sign in after scanning the QR code on your console, choose to sign in manually, or use the code via the PlayStation app. If you don't yet have an account, select the Create Account option here. I'll cover the account setup now, so feel free to skip ahead using the chapters if you're just logging in. First, select your region and chosen language and continue. Now enter your birthday, and after this, you might be asked to verify your age. You might be able to skip this, but some features could be limited, and it can depend on the local laws in your country. To verify your age, select this, then you might be able to enter your mobile number to confirm it, but this doesn't always work. You should be able to use another method. If you get to a screen with a QR code, then you can use your phone to verify your age by scanning the code on your console screen. This method will differ based on your country, so just follow the instructions on your phone. You should be able to scan your face or ID to verify your age. Make sure your web browser has camera access in the settings of your phone to do this. Once this is done, the next setup page is where you can enter the email you want to use for the new account, and then your password. Enter this and confirm your password twice and continue. You now need to enter your name and choose if you want to receive news from PlayStation and Sony. Enter your address next, and then you should be on the page to choose your avatar. Use the categories at the top to select the one you want, and then continue. You can now enter the online ID you want to use. Enter this in the box and wait to see if it's available. Once you're happy with it and it's available, choose Next. This page allows you to customize the privacy settings for your account. You can choose one of the default options or customize them completely. Once you're happy, continue through the remaining few pages. These should be legal pages, so check if you want to allow data collection or whether to get personalized ads. There's then some terms that you need to read and agree to. Once you get to the email verification page, you should receive an email that you can open and tap on the Verify option to verify your email address. You can do this on your phone or wherever you access emails. Once verified, it should continue automatically, but you can choose the Email Verified option. There's now some security options that you can enable or customize. I will show you how to set up two-step verification later, but feel free to choose what you want on this page. Your account should now be set up, and then you can choose to download some of the recommended apps. Uncheck them to not install them, but it's up to you. We should now be on the console home screen and ready to play. I'll now quickly show you a few things you might want to check and change. We'll start with some of the settings, so head to the cog icon at the top of the screen, and then choose Screen and Video. Firstly, you can check the current output signal at the top, and if you see something here that's not right, such as the resolution, you can head back and manually set it here. You could also change the setting for 120Hz if you think you should be getting this. Setting most of these to automatic should work. Next, head back and choose Sound from the settings homepage, and in here once again check to see if everything looks correct. For example, you can check the current input or output device and adjust the sound levels. I'll now show you how to set up two-step verification for your PlayStation account if it doesn't already have this. Back on the settings homepage, choose Users and Accounts, then choose Account, then Security, and then two-step verification. You'll need to scan the QR code on your console screen, then follow the steps to confirm it. For example, if you choose the phone number option, enter your number to receive the code to set it up. Read all of the pages on your phone carefully, as some explain what to do if two-step verification stops working, and you might need to copy some backup codes. Once set up, you might need to sign back in on your console with this two-step verification, so don't worry if it says you're logged out. This is the reason why. We'll now add a credit or debit card to your account if you wanted to. Staying in the Users and Accounts settings, in the Accounts section, choose Payment and Subscriptions, then Payment Methods. Now choose Credit and Debit Card and you can either scan the QR code on your console screen or enter the details manually. When entering them manually, you'll need to enter the card details, then the billing address for that card, and then it should show as a payment option on this settings page to use. Next, I'll cover how to redeem a game code. To do this, head back to the home screen of your console and then scroll to the PlayStation Store in the Games tab. Within here, scroll to the right and select the 3 dots icon, which should be in the top right corner. Now choose Redeem Code from the list, and now all you need to do is enter the code that you have. Once entered correctly, it should preview what the code is for, and then you can select Redeem. You will now have the choice to download the item if it was a game, so choose this if you want. To view your game library and downloads, head back to the home screen and in the Games section, scroll to the right to the game library. In here you'll see the progress of the download. Moving on, I'll now show you how to sign up for PlayStation Plus if you wanted to do that. On the home screen in the Games section, scroll to the left to the PlayStation Plus page and scroll down until you see the plan options. There should be 3 options and you can cycle between showing the monthly and yearly cost. Decide on the plan you want here, and then make sure it's set to the payment schedule you want, either monthly or yearly, and select it. This will be a recurring subscription, and if you chose monthly, you might be prompted to choose a year instead, but you can skip this for just monthly. I would strongly recommend taking your time and read all the information on each page to make the correct decision. You'll then need to agree to the terms and confirm the order. You'll now be signed up, and if you ever need to manage or cancel this subscription in the future, this can be done by heading to the settings, then Users and Accounts, then Account, then Payments and Subscriptions, and then Subscriptions. Select it here and you can manage or cancel it if you ever need to. The final item I'll cover is the Control Center. Press the PlayStation button on your controller to bring this up. Here you can quickly change settings such as audio, view notifications, or turn off the console. That's how to set up your new PlayStation 5 or PS5 Pro console. If you found the video helpful, remember to leave a like and feel free to subscribe for more. Check out the videos coming up right now, you might find these helpful too.